The Albion Civic Foundation was established in 1968 to serve the entire Albion community. It seeks to improve the quality of life for all Albion residents by providing funds for the cultural, educational, environmental, and recreational needs of the community. The Civic Foundation is supported by many contributors, including individuals, families, organizations, and corporations.
When I think about our community, I think about that old saying, it takes a whole village to raise a child. And I think about, what does it take to make a good village? What does it take to make a good community? I know it takes a lot of different things, but one of the things that I think is really important is a spirit of giving. And I think our community really has that spirit of giving, both in terms of time and work and visions and dreams that people have for our community. The Albion Civic Foundation has that as its purpose, to give to the community, to improve the quality of life. And it's a wonderful gift.
I think it's a wonderful organization. It's almost a secret in the community what a wonderful group it is. You get a chance to give away money to good causes. And when you give money, you know that it's going to be carefully managed and carefully given away for projects that are going to make Albion a better place to live.
The Civic Foundation creates a good atmosphere. It gives money to the needed programs that we feel are vital, and over the years we give about $40,000 a year back to the community. It all stays in the community, and it's worthwhile organizations that we set up for this.
The Civic Foundation is governed by a 13-person board of trustees made up of community volunteers. Beverly Crump is the executive director of the foundation.
It's so easy to ask for money for things that you believe in, and it's just wonderful to be able to give money away to those people who really want it, and to see the pleasure of the people who receive these grants is very rewarding. And the other element is that it's so good to be a part of a team who are really working toward doing good things for Albion.
The Civic Foundation began with the vision and insight of Albion industrialist and civic leader Thomas Lloyd. Lloyd, vice president of the Hayes Albion Corporation at the time, saw the foundation as a long-range vehicle to provide funds for the things Albion needs, or ought to have. Throughout the years, the foundation has remained true to Lloyd's vision. Various projects in the community and along the riverfront have literally changed the face of Albion. Burnellis Park was dedicated in 1973. Lloyd Park opened in 1980 during the Festival of the Forks celebration. And ground was broken for the William R. Stauffer Memorial Plaza in the Marketplace in 1982. When Albion celebrated its sesquicentennial in 1985, the foundation purchased property for the development of a park and a sesquicentennial marker adjacent to Rieger Park. The foundation was heavily involved in the restoration of Albion's train depot, which was built in 1882. It closed in 1971 when the Penn Central Railroad stopped passenger service and stood idle until it reopened in 1986. In 1989, the foundation organized a river cleanup day, with 60 volunteers from various Albion organizations participating. The riverfront remains a top priority of the foundation.
Last summer, I taught a course in river history, the natural history of the Kalamazoo River, in which 30 community people went out in canoes. And on 6 different nights, we went up and down out there and examined geology, botany, social history of the community. Had a really good time in a setting that no one else really has unless they live on a river town like we do.
1993 was an important year for the foundation. It marked the 25th anniversary of its birth, and trustees wanted to give the residents of Albion a permanent gift. So they spent $25,000 for 3 lighted fountains in the Kalamazoo River. Everyone coming to Albion from the south sees these beautiful fountains just before they enter the city. If Tom Lloyd were alive today and walked through Albion, he would be well satisfied with the work his foundation has accomplished.
We have funded many, many things that wouldn't have happened otherwise, and we certainly will continue to do that. And that was Tom Lloyd's vision, and I had the good fortune of knowing Tommy Lloyd when I was growing up, and that was his vision, to keep Albion growing and better and stronger forever.
He had a very soft spot in his heart and the dedication to the city and to see things happen. And I really do think they've fulfilled that mission and to the best of their ability with the funds they've had through the years.
The Civic Foundation's mission is to enable charitable donors to build an enduring capital for the funding of creative projects that enhance the quality of life in the greater Albion area. Since 1970, the foundation has given more than $450,000 to the community to support more than 200 projects. The endowment has continued to grow and stands at more than $1.7 million today. It is important to note that only the income generated from these permanently invested funds is spent. The principal is never touched.
And as that fund grows, as it has in cities such as Cleveland and Kalamazoo, it can become the major force in community progress.
The Civic Foundation's commitment to the youth of Albion has been evident from the beginning. Through the years, the foundation has sought creative ways to help educate, train, and enrich the lives of our young people.
We are currently now in the process of raising money for kids under the Power for Kids umbrella. Power for Kids has been in Albion for 8 years, and it's changed the way we think about kids, and it's changed the way kids think about their community, which falls in line with the mission of the Civic Foundation to continue to enhance your community, to make things better. And that's the kind of commitment we need and the kind of vision Albion needs. And I appreciate the Civic Foundation's role in that.
Youth is a big calling card because we all know that we have problems with youth, and the more we can do for them, the better chances we have of keeping them on the straight road.
The Spaces program was a 2-year summer program for youth that taught students about technology, global issues, and how to interact with other people. Eddie Ruth Williams ran it.
So certainly your contributions would help in so many ways, but particularly the Albion youth. And of course, I am an advocate for our kids all the way. They need programs such as the Spaces program, and they need donors such as you so that the Spaces program can be in operation, and any of the other programs that the Civic Foundation fund.
Gave me my first experience on a college campus. I never really knew what a college campus was like, and we went and visited Michigan State, got to visit all the different buildings, and it really woke me up, you know, and it made me realize that it was serious. I had to start getting serious in school and stuff.
I think Spaces was a good experience for me because it helped me see, you know, my future.
I really think they should bring the program back for the younger kids.
The foundation has contributed funds for playground, recreation, and sports equipment in the community and has supported the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. It is responsible for an after-school arts program that benefits hundreds of students in the Albion Public Schools.
The children, for one thing, they enjoy themselves very much, and my children have been in it for the last 2 or 3 years, and they come in right after school. It's at a good time for them. It gives them a chance to express themselves.
The kinds of classes that the Civic Foundation has been able to offer the students are things like dance and drama, filmmaking, things that we know are very important for the children to have, but we simply don't have time in our normal school day to offer those experiences for the students.
When St. John's School needed new science equipment, the Civic Foundation paid for most of it.
There just is absolutely no comparison with these microscopes that the children are using right now. The focus is so much sharper, the magnification is greater. The fluorescent lighting allows them to look at things that are alive without boiling them. Children just love them. It's really great.
In 1990, the foundation set up a youth endowment fund and a youth advisory committee to administer it. The fund encourages youth leadership and gives young people experience in philanthropy and fundraising. The people who live in Albion have strong feelings about their community. By giving their time and financial support to the Civic Foundation, they help enrich their fellow citizens and invest in the city's future. Jack Hoagland is a good example. Jack loved children and was heavily involved in community youth programs. When he died, he requested that contributions in his memory be made to the foundation's youth fund.
Jack loved Albion. He worked hard for his community. He was very active in the community. By leaving a memoriam for him through the Civic Foundation, he felt that he would still be working for his community.
More evidence of the foundation's support can be found throughout the community. The 10,000 square foot addition to the public library and the new headquarters of the Albion Area Ambulance Service are just two examples. The Johnson Child Care and Development Center has received numerous grants from the foundation. In 1987, the Civic Foundation bought and renovated the building at 203 South Superior Street. Its offices are now located there on the second floor, right in the heart of Albion. The building also houses the Albion Volunteer Service Center and other nonprofit agencies.
We felt as though we should have a presence on Main Street to show people where the Albion Civic Foundation was. It was not an easy decision for us to make, but it was a very important one for us to make.
The Albion Civic Foundation has touched virtually every segment of our community. Its work can be seen along the riverfront, in Albion schools and youth programs, in our parks and buildings. Everywhere our citizens gather. It is a vital part of our community, and it needs our continued support.
A lot of people think that you have to have thousands of dollars to give to the foundation. That is not true. Every little bit helps.
It's a great investment in Albion, it's a great investment in our children, and most importantly in our future, because our children are the future and we need to provide them every opportunity that we can.
Albion is a small community that works together, and the Civic Foundation is just part of that togetherness, the unity of working together with one another.
We are all part of Albion, and the industries here and the Albion College and all the people in Albion should all have a better sense of community, and I think the projects of the Civic Foundation will help a lot in bringing this about.
It furnishes funds that aren't available from any other source, either to the city as a whole or to individual groups interested in particular activities.
One of the things that gave me a great deal of pleasure in giving the fountains was the fact that I've seen little tiny children in strollers looking at the fountains, as well as very elderly people being pushed in wheelchairs, and people of all races there, each having their own experience of the fountains. But that, to me, made it consistent with what Tom Lloyd would have wanted for the community.